All right, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. I am very excited to start another video for you guys. And today's topic, let me go on my phone because I have it ready for you guys. Today's topic is going to be believe in yourself, stop doubting yourself. Right? Very powerful topic. Believe in yourself, stop doubting yourself. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I have had an issue where I didn't believe in myself and I doubted myself, right? And the problem that comes with that is whatever you're trying to do, no matter what it is, from business to relationship to personal stuff, whatever you're trying to do, if you don't actually believe in it and you doubt yourself, it's not going to play out the way you would want it to be, right? Because basically, you're not going into it being confident, right? You're not going into it believing in yourself, thinking that you're going to do your best. You're going into it, and even if you could do really, really good, just by you doubting yourself and go into it and you're like half in, half out, you're not going to get the result that you truly want. And then what's going to happen is you're going to look back and regret that you didn't believe in yourself and you didn't put your best foot forward, right? So for me, I had to learn to start believing in myself. I had to learn that. I had to force myself. I had to make myself uncomfortable to start believing in myself and stop doubting myself. Because you have so much amazing things that you want to do with your life. And you are your biggest critic, right? You're your biggest critic, and you basically have something that you want to accomplish, and then in the back of your mind, you stop yourself. So somebody said you're your biggest critic, right? You have people that's going to have their opinion about what you're doing, right? But then you have your own opinion about what you're doing. And you are the one that's with yourself majority of the times. So if you're with yourself majority of the times, right? Majority of the things you're thinking about, you might be overthinking it, right? To the point where you stop yourself from doing something you're supposed to do, right? Because you might think, you know what, I'm going to do it. I should do it. You see the bigger goal. What would happen if you do it? And you stop yourself. You stop yourself. Before you have outside people telling you, don't do it, it's not going to work, whatever the case might be, you stop yourself. You say to yourself, you know what, I should do it, but you know what, nah, it's going to be too much work. It's going to be a lot of headache. What people going to think about me? You start thinking about so much stuff. And basically, all these negative things you're thinking about, you're literally telling yourself, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And what eventually happens is you actually convince yourself not to do it. So even though what you're doing could get you over that hump, to get you to a better place in life, financially, physically, mentally, all these things, right? You literally said to yourself, I'd rather be complacent and stay where I'm at. I'd rather be doubtful and stay where I'm at than to actually try something new, try something different. All of us across the board, it doesn't matter if it's Steve Jobs, Tim Cook, whoever you want to name, they all had their concerns about certain things, right? But when they saw it through and saw the bigger vision for it and kept going, they was able to turn their vision into reality. They was able to turn a thought into a fact, right? And that right there is where you want to get your mindset. We are all humans and we all have that doubt. We all have that fear of trying something new, stepping out of our comfort zone. But what happens when people get complacent in life with everything, right? If you get complacent, what happens is you stop yourself from growing. You stop yourself from growing. One of the things that my son is doing in school right now, they're talking about photosynthesis and all that stuff with the trees and the roots and all that stuff. And everything is needed for this tree to bloom, to grow properly, right? Photosynthesis, they're talking about the sun, and they're talking about water and the roots and all these different things they're talking about with the plant and the trees, and they're talking about the blossoms and how to, it's just real intricate, right? But it's a lot of stuff that goes into making this tree bloom and grow and become an adult to where it can start blossoming and it's gonna make other trees and all, like, but for it to get there, it had to grow. So now you have to grow yourself, right? You can't just stay in the ground. You have to grow. And then once you grow, you're going to flourish. And once you flourish, you're going to look back and say, I remember when I was down there. I remember when I was in the dirt. I remember I was under the dirt. But I kept making steps, and I kept making steps until I got to the point where I stopped doubting myself and started believing in myself. You have people that would start stuff, right? And other people look at them and be like, that ain't going nowhere. That's not cool. That's not dope. That's not, that's not something that's going to become popular, right? That's nothing. But because the person believed in what they're doing, they kept going. And guess what? Now that something that was a nothing turned into something. Because everything was a nothing first, and then it turned into something. For example, when Tesla came out with the first Roadster, right? It wasn't popular. It wasn't a bunch of people driving that car. It was one or two people who had the car. But he believed in the electric brand. He believed in what he could do with it, what the vision for it was. Because you had a lot of manufacturers, a lot of people was telling him, you're not going to make no money from this. It's not going to go anywhere. And he believed in himself, so he decided to keep going. And now when you look at the road, Teslas are everywhere, right? Everywhere you look, they're using it as Uber, they're using it as cabs, they're using it as rent-a-car, everything. Teslas are everywhere now. But imagine if he didn't believe in himself. What would have happened to the brand Tesla? What would have happened? It would have went straight down. And when it was going down, he would just let it crash, blow up, boom. And just like that, gone. But because he believed in himself and he did not doubt himself, regardless of all the people that had more money than him, that was more established and all that stuff, those people was doubtful. They was putting him down. They was saying about mean stuff or stuff to discourage him. But he believed in himself, pushed it, kept going, and eventually he actually started making more money than them. He's actually more established than them. He's bigger than them. He's more known than them. And one of the things my cousin always says is not where you start, is where you finish. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. You get what I'm saying? And you will never get to that place if you stay in this doubtful state of mind. You have to change your mindset. Your mindset is why you don't become better people. Your mindset is why you don't make more money. Your mindset is why you don't lose that weight. Your mindset is why you don't stop that addiction. Your mindset, being doubtful, not being confident, doubting yourself, it's why you don't grow as a human. It's a big difference when you go into something believing in yourself. And in order for you to get over the hump, to get to that place, you have to come out of being complacent. You have to come out of being doubtful. You have to come out of not believing in yourself. You have to do it. There is no negotiation. There is no delay. Start it now. I don't care what it is. Start it now. Because in order for you to feel better about yourself, in order for you to get to where you want to go, you have to dial in. You have to. We know it's hard, but this is why you give respect to the people that really made it, because you know it was no handout. They bust their ass and they believed in themselves to get there. I look at all the people that I watch and I respect. I'm like, they started so small, but they kept going. They kept believing in themselves. And eventually now they're so huge. You think Mr. Beast had so many subscribers in the beginning? No, he believed in what he was doing. And he kept going and kept getting better. And guess what? He's bigger than everybody else that was bigger than him. PewDiePie was the biggest on YouTube the last time I checked, right? And guess what? Mr. Beast surpassed him so in a whole nother level. Have way more people subscribe to him than PewDiePie. I don't hear nobody talk about PewDiePie, but everybody knows about Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast looked up to PewDiePie. Do you see how that works? Mr. Beast looked up to PewDiePie. PewDiePie had way more followers. Mr. Beast didn't have that much followers. Eventually, Mr. Beast surpassed PewDiePie. And now, it's like this. Huge difference. PewDiePie, Mr. Beast. PewDiePie, Mr. Beast. You see how great that is? Once you believe in yourself, you don't watch where he's at. You just keep focusing on where you're at. And you keep building yourself up. Keep building yourself up. And the more you build yourself up, the more you build your confidence up. And then eventually, it's you get to the point where it's like when people challenge you, you can say, all right, I get it done, because that's how my father is. Like, if somebody brings something to him and say, hey, this can't be fixed, we have to buy a new one, my father would be like, no, man, let me try it. He was like, let me give it to me. Give it to me. I'll try it. I like the challenge. Let me try it. Because he believed in himself. So it's like, you gave me this, and you told me it can't be fixed. Now, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to believe in myself. And I'm going to try it. And when I accomplish it, I'm going to call you back and say, hey, come look at this. And you're going to be like, wow, you actually did it. Yeah, I did it. You know why? Because I believed in myself. You doubted that it could happen, but I didn't doubt that I could do it. So I did it just to prove to you that I could do it, but I already believed in myself going into it. My mindset going into it was, I'm going to get this done. But a lot of people's mindset, when they go into stuff, they don't go into stuff with the mindset of, I'm going to get this done. They're going to it with a negative mindset of, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to fail. I'm not going to be able to accomplish it. And that's where the issue comes in. Your mindset. You went into it with a negative mindset. You went into it being doubtful. And there's no way in hell you could believe in yourself if you're being doubtful. So you have to get to that point of believing in yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Work hard for what you want. There is no handouts. No handouts. You move your hand and you work for it. You work for it. And when you accomplish it and you look back at it, you feel so much better, because you know that you didn't get handed this position. You didn't get handed this thing that you wanted. You actually worked for that. So when people say, hey, you don't know what it feels, yes, I do know what it feels like, because I was with you. I was there before. But I kept working to get here. So yes, I've been there. The difference between what you did in that situation, what I did, is I kept going. You gave up. All right, so we don't want to make this video longer than it have to be, but I'm very grateful, again, as usual, for everybody that's here. Thanks for coming back. I'm going to keep being more consistent, dropping the videos again. As you can see, I'm trying to keep it up at least once a week. I'm trying to drop a video, and I have a lot of other topics that I want to hit, and I'm going to keep hitting them, because this is helping people that I didn't even know it was helping. You know, I'll tell you a story before I leave. There is a young lady that spoke to me, and she told me that she watches my videos. And I couldn't believe it, because this is a person that, you know, she's very big on church, reading the Bible, working on herself and stuff like that. But she told me she watches my videos, and my videos help her. And it was like a moment for me. You know, it was like a quick dopamine hit. It felt so good, because I'm like, I'm helping people that I didn't even know I was helping. And I'm motivating people that I didn't even know I was motivating. And all my videos is all about self-work, internal work, and physical work. It's not about other people. Hello? So, you know, I'm coming real quick. So, very grateful for you guys. I just want to end the video here. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys come back. You already know what it is. Skadoosh.